Cruise lines, now charging for shows? The trend is growing. You've booked that perfect cruise, excited for 7 nights of unlimited entertainment. Broadway-style shows, comedy acts, live music, the whole works. All included, right? Well, not so fast, because some cruise lines are quietly starting to charge for shows that used to be completely free. And if you're not paying attention, you could end up with a very expensive surprise at the end of your vacation. This isn't just one rogue cruise line testing the waters. We're talking about a growing trend that's already hit some major players in the industry. And the cruise lines hope you don't notice until it's too late. So here's everything you need to know about the new reality of cruise entertainment, including which shows now cost extra, how much you'll pay, and the sneaky way cruise lines are rolling this out without telling you up front. Let's dive in. The luxury lines fired the first shot, and now others are following. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. Cunard Line was the pioneer in this whole mess. On their brand new Queen Anne ship, they quietly started charging $20 per person for select shows like Fizz and Noir. But here's the kicker. These aren't just any shows. These are intimate venue performances that used to be part of your cruise fare. You know, the kind of entertainment you expect when you're paying premium prices for a luxury cruise line. And it gets worse. Their top-tier show, Bittersweet Symphony, costs $46 per person. $46 for one show. Sure, they throw in 3 cocktails and call it a premium experience, but let's be real. You're already paying thousands for a Cunard cruise, and now they want another $50 for entertainment that used to be included. But here's where it gets sneaky. Cunard isn't advertising this when you book. They're not putting it in their marketing materials or mentioning it during the sales pitch. You find out when you're already on board, scrolling through the entertainment options, and suddenly see price tags where there never used to be any. MSC Cruises jumped on the bandwagon too. They're charging £15 per person for premium entertainment shows. That's about $20 in US dollars, and it includes 1 complimentary cocktail. Like that somehow makes up for the fact that entertainment you expected to be free now costs money. It's not just shows anymore. They're charging for activities too. But wait, there's more. Because cruise lines realized if passengers will pay for shows, why stop there? Norwegian Cruise Line is now charging $15 for mini golf. Mini golf, the same activity that was free on their older ships, is now a paid experience on Norwegian Prima. Want to play darts? That'll be $45. Darts, the game you can play for free at any sports bar, is now a premium experience at sea. And don't get me started on go-kart racing and virtual reality games. Activities that Norwegian used to include as part of their freestyle cruising experience are now add-on charges. The irony is thick. Carnival's doing it too. Their signature Bolt roller coaster, $15 for a 60-second ride. Sky Zone trampoline park, extra charge. Build-A-Bear workshop at sea. You guessed it, more money. Even their cooking classes now cost up to $59 plus an 18% gratuity, because apparently, learning to make pasta is now a luxury experience. Here's the truth about why this is happening. Cruise lines want you to think this is about enhancing your experience, premium offerings, intimate venues, elevated entertainment. But let's cut through the marketing speak. This is about money, pure and simple. Here's what the cruise industry doesn't want you to know. Onboard spending makes up 25 to 30% of their revenue, but it contributes way more than that to their profits. Why? Because the profit margins on these extras are massive. That $20 show ticket probably costs them $3 to produce. The rest is pure profit. And here's the really sneaky part. Industry experts are seeing passengers spend more when they book activities before the cruise. About 70 cents of additional onboard spending for every dollar you spend pre-cruise. So cruise lines are incentivizing you to book these paid shows early, when you're still in vacation planning mode and not thinking about the total cost. It's psychological manipulation, and it's working. The passenger backlash is real, but cruise lines don't care. Social media is exploding with complaints. Passengers are calling it nickel and dimming. They're posting photos of entertainment schedules with price tags, expressing shock that activities they expected to be included now cost extra. Facebook cruise groups are full of people warning others about these surprise charges. But here's the thing cruise lines are betting on. You'll pay anyway, because you're already on the ship, you're already in vacation mode. And that $20 show charge seems small compared to the thousands you've already spent on the cruise. One passenger on a Cunard cruise summed it up perfectly. They're going the same way as other cruise lines with nickel and diming. This from someone who chose Cunard specifically because it was supposed to be a luxury, all-inclusive experience. But cruise lines have done the math. They know most passengers won't change their cruise plans over a few entertainment charges. They'll grumble, they'll post complaints online, but they'll still book. And they'll still pay for the shows. Not all cruise lines are jumping on this bandwagon yet. Here's some good news. Royal Caribbean is holding the line, for now. Their major attractions like zip lines, surf simulators, and full Broadway productions are still included. No extra charges for Cats, Mamma Mia, or Hairspray. The ice shows are free. The comedy clubs don't require a ticket purchase. Disney Cruise Line is also maintaining their inclusive entertainment model. Almost everything is included in your cruise fare, which is refreshing in an industry that seems determined to charge for every little thing. Norwegian still includes their big Broadway productions like Jersey Boys and Beetlejuice. Princess Cruises keeps their theater shows free. Carnival's playlist productions don't cost extra. So what's the pattern? The major theater productions, the headliner shows, those are staying free. For now, it's the smaller venue entertainment, the intimate experiences, the interactive activities that are getting price tags. Here's what they're really charging for and what's still free. But let me break this down for you because cruise lines sure won't. Shows that are still free, large theater productions, pool deck entertainment, comedy shows and public venues, live music in lounges and bars, game shows, trivia, dance classes, and most ship tours. Shows that now cost extra, intimate venue performances, adult-only entertainment in small venues, specialty shows with included beverages, interactive experiences like cooking classes or wine tastings, premium seating options, and anything marketed as an exclusive or limited experience. The pattern is clear. If it happens in a small venue, if it includes alcohol, if they can call it premium or exclusive, there's probably a price tag attached. How to spot these charges before you're surprised. Here's what seasoned cruisers know. Always check the entertainment guide before you book shows. Don't just assume everything is included because that's how cruising used to work. Look for fine print. Words like premium, exclusive, limited seating, or includes complimentary beverage are red flags. Check your cruise line's website before sailing. Look at the entertainment section, not just the marketing photos. Many lines are quietly listing these charges online, but you have to dig to find them. And here's a pro tip. If you see a show advertised with fancy language about intimate settings or premium experiences, assume it costs extra until you confirm otherwise. The marketing speak is usually a dead giveaway. The bigger picture, is this the end of all-inclusive cruising? This is where things get concerning. Because if cruise lines can charge for entertainment that used to be free, what's next? Will comedy shows start costing money? Will pool deck games require a fee? Are we heading toward a cruise experience where nothing is truly included except your cabin and basic meals? Some industry experts think we're already there. The all-inclusive cruise is becoming an illusion. Sure, your ticket includes transportation, accommodation, and meals, but entertainment, activities, specialty dining, drinks, Wi-Fi, and even room service now come with additional charges. It's the airline model. Advertise a low base price, then charge extra for everything that makes the experience enjoyable. And just like with airlines, once one cruise line starts charging for something, others follow quickly. What this means for your next cruise. If you're booking a cruise in 2025 or beyond, you need to budget differently. That cruise fare is no longer the total cost of your vacation. Add entertainment charges, activity fees, beverage packages, specialty dining, and all those little extras, and your cruise could cost 50% more than the advertised price. For a family of 4, entertainment charges alone could add up to hundreds of dollars over a week-long cruise. That $20 show becomes $80 for the family. Do that 3 times during your cruise, and you're looking at over $200 just for entertainment that used to be free. And here's what really gets me. The cruise lines with the highest base prices are often the ones adding the most charges. Cunard isn't a budget cruise line. MSC markets itself as luxury. These aren't desperate companies trying to stay afloat. They're profitable businesses looking to squeeze more money from passengers who are already paying premium prices. The cruise line's justification doesn't hold water. When pressed about these charges, cruise lines talk about enhanced experiences and premium offerings. They say passengers want more intimate venues and exclusive entertainment, but that's not the whole story. These same intimate venues existed before, and they were included in your cruise fare. The quality of entertainment hasn't dramatically improved. The venues haven't gotten more expensive to operate. What's changed is the cruise line's willingness to charge for things that used to be part of the package. They'll point to surveys showing that passengers are willing to pay for premium experiences, but here's what those surveys don't capture. Passengers expected those experiences to be premium upgrades, not charges for things that used to be included. How to cruise smart in this new reality. First, research before you book. Know which cruise lines are charging for entertainment and factor that into your decision. If you're choosing between 2 cruise lines and one charges for shows while the other doesn't, adjust your comparison accordingly. Second, read the fine print on everything. Entertainment guides, activity schedules, Venue descriptions. Look for words that signal additional charges. Third, budget for extras. Assume you'll spend 20 to 30% more than your cruise fare on activities and entertainment, especially on lines that are implementing these charges. Fourth, consider booking alternatives. If Royal Caribbean isn't charging for entertainment while Norwegian is, that might influence your choice. And finally, vote with your wallet. If enough passengers choose cruise lines that maintain inclusive entertainment, others might reconsider their charging strategies. The bottom line: look, cruising is still a great vacation value compared to land-based alternatives, but the days of truly all-inclusive cruising are disappearing fast. Cruise lines have discovered they can charge for things that used to be included, and most passengers will pay without changing their booking habits. The entertainment charges are just the beginning. Once cruise lines see passengers accepting these fees, they'll expand them. More shows, more activities, more experiences that used to be part of your cruise fare. So, the next time you book a cruise, don't just look at that advertised price. Factor in the real cost of cruising in 2025. Your fare, plus entertainment charges, plus activity fees, plus all the other extras that cruise lines are quietly adding to their revenue streams, because the cruise lines are counting on you not doing that math. They're hoping you'll book based on the base price and pay the extras without complaint once you're on board. But not you, not anymore. Because now you know what they really hope you don't, that the all-inclusive cruise is becoming a thing of the past, one entertainment charge at a time. Before you go, I've got another video about the hidden cruise charges that are popping up everywhere. Things like room service fees, specialty dining price increases, and activity charges that could double your cruise budget. Click the link on your screen now so you know exactly what you're getting into before you book your next cruise. Thanks for watching. And as always, cruise smart, not expensive.